want to really be a good programmer,
Recording is on.
There's something we call subroutine. Okay, good. Now I told you this block is called loop. All right, and I was explaining to you that when we say a loop is something that repeats forever. So for example, if you're on a traffic light, red, yellow, green, it doesn't just end there. Okay, it goes back to red again. How does the robot repeat the block? Because of something that they call a subroutine. Okay, now this block here is called a loop. Please mute the sound. Mute.
Please, you're not sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing my screen. Oh, sorry. Okay. So I was saying that there's something they call loops. Okay, this loop is a cycle. So a traffic light goes red, yellow, green. Then it starts again. A loop actually continues forever. Okay, it's a repeating code.
So please, you're not sharing your screen, Mom.
My screen is sharing. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, Annabelle, just
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll do a bit fast because of time. Unless you're telling me something. All right, thank you. Now, when you bring your mouse in here, you see a list of commands that to repeat forever. That's exactly what I was saying. So anytime you are programming your car for the motors to move, please mute your sound. So anytime you are programming your car, let's say the tires, and the robot is moving as the car is moving on the floor, okay, on the ground, you have done a loop because the tires are moving. Do you understand? That is why you see loops in here. That's just by the way. So anytime you hear loop means something that repeats forever. Now, in the previous quote, I was telling you that for your robot to move in a straight, the car to move in a straight direction, we did this one. D0. I'm sure a lot of you should now be familiar with it. So I'll go a bit fast. D0, D1. All right. And I said you do it high, low. And I'm just saying something, okay? Now, those of you who are having problems, you cannot make your car move, all right? Your car has not started moving, okay? Please make sure when we have the open day, you come around with your computers or your laptops and your robots so that physically I'll help you set it up. Please, especially the e-guns and the rest, Hugh, I don't know. If you're having problems, please don't miss that day that we do. That's why I will give you prior notice, okay? So this is a block, high 0, low 1, high 2, low 3, D0, D1. The D means digital. And I'm saying that this is the block that helps you, this is the block that helps the car move forward. This code actually drives the motor forward. If you put this in your loop and then you click on upload to code and all of those things, if your connection is correct, those of you who have done it well, you realize that the tires will start moving in a forward direction. Okay. Now, I'm sure you have your robotics kit. I don't think you think that, oh, the car is supposed to move in only one direction. You would want your car to reverse, especially when we start using the app to control it, the car. You want your car to move left or right, rotate, and all of those things. These are different movements that the car or the robotic kit is supposed to move. But this code does only forward. And I'm saying that how do we make it move in a reverse direction? We've done forward. Now we want our car to reverse. What codes do we do? Okay, and I was asking some of you, what do you think we should do? Can anybody unmute and then just suggest? Or just show us something that we need to do? Anyone? You can just unmute and then say it. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So if this one is forward, D0 high, D1 low, D2 high, D3 low, this makes the robot or the motors move in a forward direction.
I have an idea.
Okay, who is that? Who is saying? Is it Annabella?
Skylar.
Okay, Skylar.
to make it move backwards in a reverse direction, it can be low, high, low, high.
Exactly. That's just it. Okay, but just make sure you've set the pins. Remember, we are using pin 0 to pin 3, 0, D0, D1, D2, D3. All right, I told you the D means digital. It's the same thing. Okay, so when you see high, just change it to low. I mean, we are trying to move in the opposite direction. This is forward. We are trying to move backwards. Okay, so make it low, high, low, high. Just the exact opposite of high, low, high, low. So this is forward and this is reverse. Do you get it? Now I'm going to put the forward block. So this is the forward block. And then I remember those when I was teaching you the Tinker card, all right, the circuit thing. If you want something to continue moving in a particular direction for 10 seconds, this 1,000, that's 1 second. So if I do, let's say 5 seconds, that's 5,000. Do you get it? So what this block would do, if I should click on upload, if my connection is correct, the car will move for 5. It will actually move forever because of the loop here. So the car will just start moving. So let's say I want it to move for 5 seconds, and then it should also reverse. Okay, maybe let's just say maybe reverse for 1 second. Okay, now you see this block. You see how like bulky it's becoming. So what this code will do if I should upload it to the Arduino is that the car will start moving for 5 seconds, and then it will reverse for 1 second. And then it will start moving forward for 5 seconds, and then reverse for 1 second. So the car would go like this, and then reverse, and then go, and then reverse, and then go, and then reverse, and then go, and then reverse. Do you see the way my mouse is moving? All right. Now imagine I wanted it to go left. Then I have to do another block again and then make it move left. Do you see all of this? Do you see how bulky the whole thing is becoming? Imagine you are checking all your code. You'll be confused. Even if there's a problem somewhere, you won't be happy. Your code will be bulky. You will have mistakes, especially even for you kids. Okay. So today's class is basically the reason why I'm coming to show you something. There's another way of coding that will make your blocks very simple. And that is what I call, or that is what you call, what we all call subroutines. Subroutines. And I was saying that the subroutines, I won't tell you what the subroutines are. All right. But it's in just a nutshell, the subroutines is just something that you call a function or an action, maybe a task. Do you understand? A task that you have defined and then you call it in your code. A task that you have, if forward is the task, you've defined it and then you call it in your code. Okay, somebody is asking a question. Let me see what the person is asking. All right, so this is it. Now, this is what I'm saying. We have 5 minutes more. Let me wrap up. Okay, so this is the subroutine. If you want to create a subroutine, come to control, scroll down. You see subroutine here. Can you see subroutine here? And another subroutine. We need these two. This subroutine, this first subroutine is what you call a defining subroutine. It's used to define something. If you don't understand what I'm saying, don't worry, you will understand. Okay, just relax. So I'll come back to the control and I'll take the other subroutine. Okay, let me show you the subroutines again. There are other ones down there, but we are not going to do that. These ones are not important. Just take these two. The first two subroutines is what we're using. You get it? Good. Now this subroutine, these two, is very important for us. I'll show you why. Now I told you that this block is for forward. Okay. Now I'm going to put all this in a subroutine. Now this subroutine, I'm going to call it forward.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, I can now hear you.
Oh,
Yes,
but the
I
rest of you,
couldn't hear
can you all
anybody
hear me?
before.
Okay. The rest of you, can you all hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So let me just continue. If you're having problems, I'm recording this thing, so you guys will still be able to hear me even when you watch the video. Okay. Good. So this subroutine, I have given it a name called forward. Just double click on the subroutine and then just type your forward. What this means is that anywhere you see forward or anywhere when the robot is processing your code, when the robot is processing your code and the robot sees forward in the loop here, the robot will process, it will come to here and say, okay, is there any subroutine called forward? And then the forward, we all know the forward, high, low, high 0, low 1, high 2, low 3. Okay, it means forward, then it moves it. This goes with this. So this is what you put in here and you call it forward. GT, and then you just place it here. So if I just put forward here, make sure the spelling is the same, capital letter and everything is all the same. All right, and I click on upload, and it's running. It will come to forward. This forward doesn't mean anything though, but when it comes inside this, it will look for a forward like this, and then, oh, okay, they said forward means this and this and this and this. Okay, then to start powering the motor. If I change this to S forwards, it won't work. If I make it capital F, it will not work. The spelling must be exact because computer doesn't know those things. Forward, forward. Do you get it? All right. Now I'm coming back here and then I'm looking for another subroutine. Let me just take this subroutine, place it here. Now this subroutine, I'll call it backwards, or let's say reverse. Let me just make it backwards. Backwards. Let me make it small letters. We should be done in the next 2 minutes. I'm actually done. Now, if I take it, I also put this one inside here. Let me just remove this and then remove this. All right. And then I'll come and just clone this and then I'll make it backwards. That's all. So these ones, I can just hide them somewhere. And then this block is what is going to be forward and backward. So let's say I want the robot to move forward for 5 seconds. I'll just put this block in between. Forward, 5. Backwards, maybe let's say the backwards, I want it to move backwards also for like, let's say 4 seconds. This is the block. So when I upload this one onto the microcontroller, your robot car is going to move forward for 5 seconds. Then it will move backwards for 4 seconds. Then this loop means that it will start all over again. Move forward for 5 seconds, move backwards for 4 seconds. So your car will just be moving 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. This is how your car will be moving. Just be moving forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Okay, because we've already defined this. Now, if I wanted to move maybe forward again in the same loop, I'll just come and, oh, no, let me just come here. I'll just come here, look for a subroutine, and then I'll put. So literally, if I want my robot to move forward, I'll just take a subroutine and type forward there. Simple. This is like a very simple code, other than having all of this in the blocks. So if you realize that there's a problem somewhere, okay, you can just remove one of the backwards and forward, or you can edit it from here. But you've done this once and for all. If I wanted this to move forward again, I'll put this block, I'll paste it here again, I'll paste it. It will make my whole code bulky and cumbersome. All right. So this is what the subroutines. So this one is that when the forward comes, it will call this block. And this block, okay, what does this mean? Okay, they have already defined what forward means. Forward means this and this and this and this. Okay. I can also do another subroutine maybe next week or so. And then we'll define that as left. or let's say stop. So this is another subroutine for stop. Okay. Now this one for if you don't want your robot to move or you want it to stop moving, just make everything low, 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 low. Low 0, low 1, low 2, low 3. All right. Then I can just make it stop. Maybe I want it to stop for maybe 10 seconds, 10,000. So what this is going to be is that the car will move forward for 5 seconds. It will reverse for 4 seconds. So it will move, then it will reverse. Then it will stop, 10 seconds. Then it will go forward again. Then it will stop, reverse 4 seconds. And then it will stop for 10 seconds again. And then it will go forward. So that's how your car will be moving, just and to stop. That is what you call robotics. And this is what you call programming. You see the robot arm that I built, the one that will pick the ball and drop the ball in the. I use this Ardublock to do it. Okay, please, you all understand what I'm saying, or there's something that is confusing?
No.
Okay, good. So I'm recording this, and then I'll put the video out there soon. So I want everybody to do the same thing. Okay, I'll share the video with you. You watch it. Yeah, hello, Skylar. Yeah, hello, Skylar.